is up, everybody? Let's open up shop here. It's Saturday morning. Saturday morning. We got an incoming flock right here. They're circling downwind. Honk. 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 Alright, let's get things powered up this morning. You guys are going to act as like the jury for me, and we're going to figure out, because I have no idea what I want to do. I just drove down the river enjoying the morning, daydreaming, and next thing you know, I hit the bridge at 81 and I got to make a decision. Where am I going? What am I doing? Well, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I already know what I'm going to do, but I still want to be held accountable. Am I on? Am I not on? What's going on here? Why was that not on? Alright. Live from my office. Beautiful Starcraft 188 DC Pro. This is my favorite place in the world. This is my spot. So, what are we gonna do? Getting things powered up here. We got power. All right. Boom. We got color. I sound like that lady from Saturday Night Live. She's doing that crazy cashier lady, and she sings all the time. Frog dance. It makes me laugh. What a beautiful morning, man. The West End. The West End, when it's quiet, it's just so beautiful out here. I never can get enough of being out here and coming out and seeing the shore and the houses and the islands, and then the great beyond where you can't really see. Especially not like today on a hazy morning. You can't see the other end, and so it gives you that sense of grandeur and space. There's a lot of room out there. Oh, I just saw a beautiful fish. I just turned my head while I had the camera this way, and I looked, my eyes went this way, and a fish jumped. I saw its whole body, a big carp. Saw its whole forehead and back. I'll tell you, Courtney and I have been talking about this a lot. I just had another one right in front of me right there. So people talk about getting signs from beyond, or from their angels or their guardian angels or spirits, or whatever you want to call it, you know, whether religious or not. But that there are things that are certain, the spirit animals, if they show up or something. Well, I've come to think that, so you're out on the water and you're fishing and you make a cast here, but your eyes kind of look around and you're whatever. And you'll look at the exact spot, the exact time an fish will jump out of the water, and you're looking right at it. And you were just randomly, your eyes stopped. But maybe it's not random, and maybe that's the sign. Maybe that fish jumping, and listen, why wouldn't that happen for those of us that spend a lot of time on the water? Why wouldn't this be where we would see those signs? And some mornings I just saw another one. That's 3 right in a row as I'm talking about it. There's 2 ducks right there. I'm pointing this way. I'm looking at that boat, and I turn my eyes, and there he is again. Oh my God. I've got to keep the camera where my eyes are going. He just did it again in the same spot. So my point in that is that saying that what if that is me receiving messages from my own angels, guardians, whatever? Why wouldn't it occur in a place where I am the most? That makes sense to me that would be the case. So it really makes me look at things differently now, and you know, you might be out here and think you're alone, or maybe feel like you're alone, and you look around and all of a sudden your eyes lock with a fish coming out of the water, and every one of us can be like, yeah, I see that all the time. What if that just means that there's that many people around you, there's that many spirits around you, and they're all good, they're all wonderful, they're all with you, and like I say, maybe some days you feel alone. That's them saying you're not. And we've had a couple wonderful conversations about that, and who's to say that that's not the case? Boat going out. Who's to say? It's changed the way I see it, though, and it makes me feel good now every time I see it, and even better when I see it a lot, because maybe I needed that pickup. Maybe I needed that. Maybe that's them saying, we're here, you know, we're with you. It can't just be random. With as much water as there is, it can't just be, you know, purely random coincidence that my eyes stopped in the exact spot where that fish jumped and I saw the whole thing. That seems to be, in my mind, discounting what really is. And who's to say what one faith or belief is any different, if maybe it's the sheer fact of having a faith or belief that gives a person mental fortitude to be better and to, you know, whatever, to move upwards somehow. I don't know. See what happens on a Saturday morning? You never know what happens on a Saturday morning, and it's beautiful. It's flat, calm. Where am I going fishing? I'm going shallow rocks, possibly very shallow weeds, but not if they're way in. I want to be up on the edge, because when it's flat, calm like this, and that's going to be bright sun from the start, not a cloud in the sky, these smallmouth that I'm going to go looking for are going to be up shallow hunting, because they are visual hunters, and they're going to want to get up there. Everything else was a little riled up yesterday, and they were probably much deeper than I was looking for them. But today I think they're going to be right up high shallow, and I want to go in there and, you know, cast a little swim bait, a Ned rig, and I'm thinking like 5 foot of water. 5. So stay tuned. Let me just tell you. When all things come together and just happen exactly the way you pictured it, the whole way. Look at this ka-chunk. Look at this ka-chunky chunk. Oh, say hi to everybody. Happy Saturday morning. Oh, that was so awesome. My heart is racing. I get to my spot. I've been motoring around for almost an hour looking at some things, and I graphed an outside of a weed line, and I came to where the weeds ended, and it turned to kind of a mussel shoal, and there's some rock, but there's no weed. I'm in 5 foot of water, and I get all my rods out, but I'm like, it's so quiet, and there's just a ripple on the water. I said, I'm going to start with a topwater. I love to throw topwater for smallmouth since I was a kid. So I tie up the old faithful Rebel Pop-R perch fry. First cast. Pop, 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 pop. Let it sit for a second. Pop. Whoosh. And he just inhaled it. And I was like, yeah! I'm high-fiving myself, you know. I'm alone in the boat. And I'm like, yes, yes, yes. It was just the perfect moment. Everything was, it was quiet. It was just Saturday morning. First cast, blast off. I was like, yeah! So, I'm going to go do it again. Keep your tip up. Number two, he absolutely inhaled this Pop-R. He's got both trebles in his mouth. What a dandy. Oh, he's a good one. That fish is a good one. Got a missing part of his tail. Oh, what a beauty. What a beauty. What a beauty. Man. It's so exciting. It's so exciting. It's so visual. You know, you don't have to be a pro bass fisherman to enjoy that. Like, you know, I don't get hung up in labels or anything like that. A lot of people want to say, oh, I'm a walleye fisherman or I'm a bass fisherman. I'm a fisherman. I like it all, you know, and I like it all. And this is it's a lot of fun. And there's no wrong way of doing it. You're trying to imitate something dying that's in peril, and it's an easy meal. And they come up and you know, you're just whatever on the top. It doesn't matter. There's not a wrong way to do it. And after you catch the first one, you do what you were doing again when you caught that one. Number 2. It's been a fun morning. Oh my God, excuse me. That was apple slices. So I switched. I've been 3 moves with the popper after the second one on a topwater and nothing. So I said, okay, I'm off the edge. I'm in 10 foot of water. I'm gonna grab the Ned rig. It's nice and quiet out here. First cast, third hop, something inhales it, set the hook, comes up out of the water, big smallie. Second jump, he jumps me off. All right, let's do it. Second cast. On the drop, hole in one, something grabs it, it comes off. I hop it 3 more times and something just inhales it. Thunk, thunk. Boom, come up and set the hook and it takes off running. So immediately it's not a bass or a walleye. This one turned out to be a big sheep's head. Big sheep's head. Man, 10 pounds. Boy, they give you all you want. And they hit it so good. Like you really feel that thump, which is such a great jig bite if you're into that kind of thing. So, the hits keep on rolling. Stay tuned. I told you the hits just keep on coming. Hello, Walter. He's got that big old Ned rig right up in the roof of his mouth. He's bleeding out the roof of his mouth, so we're going to get him back in the water real quick. keeper, not sure, 17, 18. Just boom, that Ned rig. I don't know what per se it looks like. That's a 1/8 ounce Northland shroom head and just a Z-Man TRD in green pumpkin. I'm running that on about 15 feet of 8-pound test Cortland top secret fluorocarbon. Matter of fact, I'm going to cut a little bit of that off and retie it real quick. And main line and rod, this is the JTX 7'1" medium light. And another real important part of this system is that Cortland master braid in high vis yellow, so I can see it, because I mean, you feel everything, but you see it too. And if you can do both, why not? But I see that line jump. I see when it settles. I see when that Ned rig is on the bottom. It's so light that for me, the visual helps. Takes a little bit of that guesswork out of it, of when exactly I'm on the bottom and what I'm doing down there. I do have a quick clip on there because I would regularly switch back and forth. This is a Finesse jigging rod for me, so I could throw an 1/8 or a 1/4 ounce bucktail on here. You could put a paddle tail swim bait, even though for me I use another rod for that. You could throw a tube on this. This is my Finesse jigging rod. And it handles everything and anything you need it to. All right, stay tuned. We'll see what else is on tap. All right. The shallow water program is working. The jig head broke off in the net. Another keeper. Beautiful fish. I'm in now. I've slid out a little bit into 12 feet of water, and I was just dragging. I switched over. I had done 10-15 more casts with the Ned rig and nothing. So I switched over to this rig right here, which is, it's just a Kitech spider grub on a jig head. So now I gotta replace the jig head. So, but second walleye right in here shallow, and they're cruising, and with this that's a 3/16 ounce head. It's flat calm, and I'm just dragging it real slow along the bottom. And those fish that are in here, and there's sheep's head, obviously, there's smallmouth, and there's walleyes, and they're just in here cruising, looking for what's coming up out of the rocks, a crayfish. And with those twin tails, I could just as easily be dragging the football head, I think, and having the same amount of success. They're just in here looking for food, and it's crayfish time of the year. So with every passing day, it gets more crayfish time, and they're in here, and that's like a snack for them. So this is a lot of fun. Totally different. You're not sure every time you set the hook what it's going to be. I like that. Keep your tip up. What's up, everybody? This is going to be my last cast of the day, so I thought I'd bring you along. What a fun morning. It's only 10:30, but we got other stuff to do today. I don't have all day, and I'm getting hungry. Feed me, Seymour. And I fished 2 spots this morning. And I've only caught fish in the one. I'm on the 2nd spot right now. I haven't done anything here. I'm hoping you guys bring me luck on the last cast. But I had a fun morning. I had 2 smallmouth on top water first thing this morning. Then I switched over to more finesse gear, and I got a sheep's head and a walleye on the Ned rig, and then I got another walleye dragging the spider rig, which is what I'm doing right now, that Kitech spider grub, which is how I'm going to finish my day out here right now. But it was fun. I just fished 1 spot. I wanted to go in and fish on these rocks, and I did it in 3 or 4 different ways. Super fun. And like I say, what better way to get to know an area? I've fished through there before, but never like this. And everything I did was on spot lock, and I was really very finesse about it. Light line, light lures, shallow water. That's that spider grub. It's got a skirt up here on it, and it's got those 2 paddles, which you can jig it, you can straight retrieve it, which is what I do a lot of slowly right off the bottom. It's a twin-tailed grub, and if you jig it, they flutter going up and going down. So it really is an excellent bait. And the walleyes and the smallmouth, it doesn't matter. They both eat it just as easy. So thanks for joining me today. What a fun morning. Absolutely fun morning. I hope to see people tonight at Harbor Fest for the fireworks. Thanks for joining me this morning. Keep your tip up. I told a tiny white lie. Turns out it wasn't my last cast. Turns out I made 1 more cast and hooked a giant sheep's head. Those things are a menace to society and to Ned rigs everywhere. All right. Now for certain, that's it. I'm putting it away, putting it back in the rod locker. Put all my kids away. Nice. Look at that. Everybody's got a home. Every home's got a somebody. Love it. All right. See you guys. Keep your tip up. That was sorry. Let's redo that. That was super creepy. Like when Joe Biden whispers down into the microphone. I'm not doing that. Keep your tip up.